Machiavelli never wrote a self-help book. He never preached about focus the way modern gurus do. No timers, no dopamine detox, no list of morning rituals. And yet he understood something deeper, something far more dangerous. The real, power of focus lies not in productivity, but in domination, in manipulation, in carving your path through a chaotic world that wants you distracted, docile, and drained. Focus is not a tool. It's a weapon. And if you learn how to wield it like Machiavelli did, you stop reacting and start controlling. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop trying to change your life and simply do. Because here's what Niccolo understood. The average man doesn't lack potential. He lacks direction. His mind is not poor. It is scattered. His power is not gone. It is leaking. And the first law of power, what is dispersed is weak. What is concentrated becomes unstoppable. So tonight the question isn't just, how do you focus? The real question is, how do you weaponize it? Cut without mercy. Focus begins with subtraction. Most people try to focus by adding more apps, more strategies, more goals, more structure. But Machiavelli knew focus doesn't begin with addition. It begins with elimination. He once advised rulers, the wise prince must imitate the fox and the lion. The fox avoids traps. The lion eliminates threats. In your case, the trap is distraction. The threat is options. Your mind is not cluttered because of weakness. It's cluttered because of indulgence. You've made yourself available to everything and committed to nothing. Here's what a Machiavellian would do. Cut 90% of the goals you think you should be chasing. Say no to people who steal your time through guilt, not value. Stop trying to be good at everything. Master one thing so powerfully that others align around you. Because when you say yes to too many things, your energy becomes diluted. And diluted power is not power. It's noise. Machiavelli's rule, what you exclude defines you more than what you include. Choose one battlefield and burn every exit. Machiavelli believed that a prince should choose his wars wisely and never enter a battle unless he was prepared to destroy his enemy entirely. That same principle applies to your focus. If you want transformation, you can't dabble. You must declare war. Pick one domain in your life where you will be unreasonably focused. Mastering your craft, building a body that commands respect. Constructing a business that frees you forever. And once chosen, you burn the ships behind you. No fallback, no plan B, just total psychological commitment. Modern thinkers might call this the power of deep work, but Machiavelli would call it territorial control of the mind. You occupy that space so fully, so consistently, that your competitors either kneel or quit, become unreachable. Visibility is the enemy of mastery. There is one behavior that destroys more ambition than failure ever could. Availability, constantly texting back, always responding to every call, always online, always connected. Machiavelli advised princes to remain mysterious, unpredictable, and silent when necessary. Why? Because silence creates fear, and fear creates power. But there's another reason. When you are always reachable, your energy is always scattered, and a scattered mind cannot build a legacy. A distracted man cannot become dangerous. So here's what you do. Cut 90% of notifications. Do deep work when others are scrolling. Block out 3 hours a day where you vanish from the world, from the noise, from the chaos. You don't owe the world your availability. You owe yourself progress. Let the world feel your absence so they can crave your presence. Manufacture. Pressure power grows under heat. Machiavelli once wrote that necessity is what impels men to take action. He believed that luxury weakens, comfort kills. The most focused men in history didn't find motivation. They created pressure. Artificial or real, it doesn't matter. So how do you manufacture pressure? Set impossible deadlines and then remove the safety net. Tell people what you're going to do. So now your reputation's on the line. Bet money, bet status, bet ego. You will focus when there's something to lose. Because Machiavelli knew fear sharpens the mind. Just as fire purifies gold, pressure purifies attention. So stop waiting for the perfect mood to focus. Instead, create the storm that forces you to obsess with control, not balance. Society glorifies balance, a soft word used to justify half-effort living. But Machiavelli would spit on balance. He praised control, the ability to command your mind like a weapon, to bend reality to your will. So when you wake up, don't ask, what's the balanced thing to do today? Ask, what action will give me maximum control over my outcomes? That might mean sacrificing social time. It might mean working through the night. It might mean training like your life depends on it, because it does. Your future does. Balance is for the comfortable. Control is for the powerful. Focus is violence against distraction. You need to see focus as something violent. It's not a calm, gentle act. It's a declaration of war against your lower self. It's saying no to every urge that whispers. Check your phone. Open that app. Scroll just a bit. Machiavelli advised rulers to be cruel only when necessary, but when they chose cruelty, to do it decisively. The same applies to distraction. You don't tame it. You kill it coldly, relentlessly, without apology. Uninstall the app, block the site, cut the person, remove the excuse. You will not outthink distraction. You must outmuscle it. Design your day like a tyrant, not a tourist. Most people wake up like tourists in their own life, drifting, hoping, reacting. Machiavelli would call that a pathetic way to live. Instead, structure your day like a tyrant structures a state ruthlessly. Every hour must bow to your will. Every task must serve the mission. Every minute must be accounted for. That doesn't mean joyless routines. It means sovereignty. The powerful don't ask for time, they command it. This is how you begin to focus like a Machiavellian, not for peace, but for control, not to improve your life, but to seize it. Because in a distracted world, the focused man becomes a god. Let the others scroll. Let the others wander. You build quietly, sharply, violently, and by the time they notice, it's already too late. If you still believe that focus is about closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and whispering affirmations, then you haven't understood what we're doing here. We are not here to concentrate. We are here to conquer, to bend the environment, the mind and time itself until everything moves to your rhythm. That's what Machiavelli's kind of focus was. Command, a deep mental monarchy where no thought goes rogue, no impulse escapes punishment, and no action is wasted. What you're building is not just discipline. You are constructing a fortress of mind, and inside it only two things survive: purpose and precision. Build an internal fortress. Guard your attention like a state secret. Machiavelli warned rulers, the most dangerous threats come from within, not outside. Betrayal, weakness, disloyalty. They always originate from inside the walls. Apply that to yourself. Your lack of focus doesn't come from the world. It comes from yourself, from the parts of you that are lazy, anxious, impulsive, addicted to validation. You must govern your inner kingdom like a tyrant governs a palace. Identify the rebel voices in your head and crush them. When your mind drifts, punish the drift. Bring it back with force. Every time you resist distraction, reward it. Train your mind like a loyal guard dog. Your attention is your crown. If you drop it for even a second, someone else will wear it. Focus on the leverage point. Not everything is worth mastering. Machiavelli didn't believe in doing everything. He believed in doing what mattered most. In power, 90% of success comes from 10% of action. That means your focus must be selective, not scattered. In your life, what is the leverage point? If you're building a business, is it content or outreach? If you're developing your body, is it sleep or intensity? If you're trying to gain Respect? Is it presence or persuasion? One focused strike is worth 100 random punches. A sniper beats a machine gun. And Machiavelli would remind you, kingdoms are conquered by precision, not effort. Stop trying to do more. Instead, find the keystone habit, action or relationship, and dominate it. Train the mind like a spy. Observe every mental movement. The greatest rulers, Machiavelli, 1. Advised, were not just violent. They were strategic. They didn't act randomly. They watched, waited, and struck with surgical intent. Your mind must do the same. If you cannot observe your own mind, it will forever control you. Start noticing. When does your attention collapse? And why? What times of day are you mentally sharp? What triggers your drift? What patterns lead to your strongest hours of focus? This is not New Age self-awareness. This is tactical surveillance. Spy on yourself, like you're planning a takeover because you are. Once you can watch your mind without emotion, you can redirect it without resistance. Create a ritual of war. Enter focus like entering battle. Every time you sit down to work, you're entering combat not with the world, but with your lower self, your distracted self, your soft self. Machiavelli believed that rituals mattered, not because they were mystical, but because they prepared the psyche for violence, for power, for clarity. So create your own ritual of war, something that tells your mind, now we build. It could be sitting in the same chair with the same lighting, playing a specific soundtrack that triggers intensity, opening a blank page, and writing one cold, clear sentence before anything else. This is how warriors sharpen their sword. You don't warm up, you prepare for war. Assume the mask of focus. Become what you pretend to be. Machiavelli was obsessed with appearances, not because he cared about morality, but because he understood psychology. If others believe you are focused, driven, and coldly determined, you will begin to believe it too. So fake it, but with precision. Dress like someone with a mission. Speak less. Listen more. Move like your time is expensive. Carry a notebook or a plan, not for show, but to remind yourself, I am not here to wander. I am here to win. In the beginning, this may feel like an act. Good. Let it because Machiavelli knew power comes first from perception and what you perform. Enough becomes reality. Use solitude as a weapon. Isolation creates insight. Machiavelli wrote his greatest works not in a palace, but in exile. After being betrayed, tortured, and banished, he retreated to his estate and began writing The Prince, a book that shaped the world. Why? Because in solitude the mind sharpens, the noise fades, the truth emerges. So instead of fearing isolation, engineer it. Block out days where you vanish. Go where no one expects you. Cut all external validation and sit with the silence. At first, your mind will scream. It will itch for stimulation. That's good. That means the detox has begun. And once it's over, you'll see the world like a strategist, not a slave. Focus demands a hierarchy of values. Not everything is equal. Machiavelli didn't believe in equality. He believed in orders, ranks, hierarchies. You must install the same into your mind. Not all thoughts are equal. Not all actions deserve attention. Not all goals belong on your list. Create a strict hierarchy. Mission-critical tasks, daily no matter what. Maintenance tasks support the mission. Nice to have, optional minimal energy. Forbidden. Anything that pulls you away from becoming what you must. Every time you obey this order, your focus strengthens. Every time you blur the lines, it weakens. Power belongs to the man who knows exactly what deserves his energy and burns everything else. Collapse. Time. Do in 3 hours what others do in 3 days. Machiavelli wasn't just efficient, he was intense. When he acted, he did so fully. No hesitation, no dragging. He understood that time is not measured in minutes, but in decisiveness. So if you want to master focus, stop trying to extend it. Focus sharper, not longer. Work in sprints, not marathons. Attack the task like a predator, not a peasant. Ask yourself, if I only had 1 hour to make massive progress, what would I do? Then do that every day. That's how you bend time. Because focus is not just about doing. It's about deciding with absolute speed, clarity, and power. You now know what Machiavelli would demand from a focused man. Ruthless selection, sharp rituals, tactical solitude, decisive execution. But this is only the beginning, because to truly transform your life, focus alone is not enough. You must know what to focus on. And that's where everything changes. The sharpest blade means nothing if it swings in the wrong direction. The world is full of men who can concentrate, but on the wrong things. They obsess over small gains, petty dramas, chasing fleeting pleasures, while the throne of their potential sits empty. Machiavelli didn't just teach focus. He taught political targeting, strategic vision to it, knowing exactly where to place your energy so that when you act, the world shifts. This is not productivity. This is positional warfare. And focus in Machiavelli's system becomes a tool of domination, not discipline. Now you learn how to aim, identify the power, nodes, focus where influence flows. Not all tasks are equal. Not all people are equal. Some are nodes, points of leverage that control disproportionate influence. Machiavelli advised rulers to focus not on controlling the masses, but the key players, the generals, the nobles, the financiers. Because if you control the few who control the many, you control everything. You must do the same in your life. Look around and ask which skill unlocks the highest ROI in my world. Which relationship opens the most doors? Which platform amplifies my message tenfold? That's where your focus should go. Not to what's urgent, not to what's popular, but to what is controlling the system. 1,000 random actions will never equal one precise strike at a power node. Break the cycle of passive consumption. Only take what strengthens. You cannot focus if you're always feeding your brain junk, scrolling, reacting, absorbing drama. Machiavelli warned, men are driven by two things, fear and appetite. And the appetite for stimulation is how most men destroy their attention span. If you want to focus like a strategist, you must consume like one. That means read not for entertainment but ammunition. Watch not to escape, but to decode the world. Listen not to kill time, but to sharpen your edge. When you treat consumption as mental fuel instead of passive pleasure, your entire energy shifts. Your brain stops craving escape and starts craving execution. You stop zoning out and start zoning in. Experiment with ruthless intensity. Test, break, rebuild. Machiavelli was not a philosopher in an ivory tower. He tested. He failed. He observed human nature with a scientist's cold eye. And that's how he built truths that still dominate the world today. You must bring that same cold precision to your focus, strategy. Ask yourself, what hours give me the deepest focus? What environments drain me instantly? What fuel, diet, music, surroundings ignite my edge? And then had them ruthlessly track results, cut what fails, amplify what works. The termed average man just tries to focus. The Machiavellian engineer's focus. He builds it like a weapon, upgraded, battle-tested, deadly. Install a supreme mission. Everything else bends to it. At the center of every great empire is a single obsession, a mission so clear and consuming, it organizes every action around it like a gravitational force. Machiavelli urged rulers to pursue glory not for vanity, but because glory focuses the soul, it filters decisions. It kills distraction. You need the same. Not a vague desire to succeed, not a weak dream to be rich, but a mission so sharp it bleeds. Build the most feared consulting firm in your city. Become the highest paid operator in your niche. Craft a physique so commanding people move out of your way. Once you have that, every hour has a compass. Every decision either serves it or dies. This is how you stop trying to stay focused. You give yourself something so grand, so dangerous that your brain must obey. Guard against internal saboteurs, the enemy within. Machiavelli's darkest warning was this: a man who conquers others but not himself is still a slave. You can block apps, cut people, control your calendar. But if your inner voice whispers doubt, guilt, hesitation, you will leak energy forever. Focus doesn't just require discipline. It requires self-low. That means kill guilt when you say no. Silence shame when you choose solitude. Eliminate doubt when you aim too high. Because the internal saboteur is a master of disguise. He'll sound like your friend. He'll whisper, "Just rest," or "You're being too intense." But Machiavelli would say, no man has ever risen by being reasonable. So confront the saboteur with fire, not dialogue, not empathy. Exile him. Build layers of protection, external structure for internal focus. Focus dies in chaos, not because you're weak, but because systems matter. Even the greatest warriors fall when the battlefield is unstable. Machiavelli advised cities to fortify their walls before battle. You must do the same with your life. A workspace that inspires intensity. A morning ritual that kills drift. A calendar with built-in lockdown hours. These are not soft habits. These are psychological barricades designed to keep your will unbroken when the world starts knocking. You don't need willpower if your environment protects you. Make boredom your ally. The superpower of stillness. Focus is not just about attacking. It's about endurance. And nothing destroys endurance faster than boredom. Not because boredom is bad, but because most people run from it. Machiavelli spent hours in his study doing nothing but thinking, scheming, writing letters, letting silence sharpen his mind. You must relearn how to be bored without escape. Try this. Sit in a room with nothing but a pen, no music, no phone, no dopamine. Think about your next move for 20 minutes. That's it. It will feel like withdrawal. That's good. You're detoxing your brain from distraction. And once you master boredom, you unlock true mental control. Because if you can sit with stillness, you can command storms. Make your life a feedback loop. Never blindly push. Machiavelli didn't believe in blind force. He believed in feedback. Observe, adjust, reapply. That's how power grows. Same for focus. You don't grind forever. You build feedback loops. After every work sprint, reflect. What worked? What didn't? After each day, ask what drained me? What drove me? Track your performance not to judge, but to optimize. Most people treat focus like a blunt object. You treat it like software, refined, sharpened, updated. Because the focused man is not the one who tries hardest. He's the one who adapts fastest. Make focus an identity, not a tool. In the end, Machiavelli would tell you this. The ultimate power is not in what you do. It's in who you become. You don't use focus. You are focus. It's in how you sit, how you speak, how you breathe, how you walk into a room and everyone senses. This man knows exactly what he wants. Make focus your second skin. Because once you become the man whose presence is sharp, whose purpose is clear, and whose mind is his weapon, you don't have to chase power. Power bows to you. But one final piece remains. Because even with all of this, without emotional control, focus cracks. The deceiver world knows how to bait you, distract you, break your rhythm with noise, conflict, flattery, and chaos. So our final stage is the coldest of all, focus under fire. There's a reason most people lose focus right when it matters most. It's not because they're weak, it's because they never trained under fire. Focus is easy when you're alone, when your phone's off, when life is calm, but that's not the battlefield. That's the warm-up. The real test is when everything starts burning around you. People are panicking, deadlines exploding, insults flying, doubt creeping in. And still you move like a machine, cold, precise, ruthless. Machiavelli didn't admire the calm man. He admired the unbreakable strategist, the one who could stay focused in chaos, manipulate from the shadows, and strike when everyone else was still reacting. So now we enter the final transformation, turning focus into fortress mind. Train emotional immunity. Stay cold while they burn. When Machiavelli advised leaders, he didn't just teach full logic. He taught emotional suppression when necessary, not to be dead inside, but to maintain control when everyone else is cracking. Focus dies the moment your emotions take the wheel. Here's what ruins most people: a slight insult, a bad number on the screen. Hey, what did they mean by that? Text. A small failure that spirals into identity crisis. These are emotional grenades. If you don't disarm them, they detonate your attention. So train like a political surgeon. When you feel triggered, delay reaction by 10 seconds. Label emotions out loud. That's envy. That's doubt. That's guilt. Then dismiss them like peasants because your mission is royalty. Let others drown in feelings. You rise in stillness. Use attention as a currency. Spend it only where ROI is maximum. Machiavelli understood the value of perception. The prince who looks too accessible is seen as weak. The prince who shows up rarely, powerfully, and decisively commands loyalty. Your attention is no different. Every time you give it to a pointless drama, a meaningless conversation, or a digital slot machine, you lose leverage. So, treat your focus like capital. Invest in conversations that build. Spend time on them, plans that scale. Put energy only where returns are exponential. This is how you stop being busy and become legendary. You don't manage time. You allocate attention like a king distributing gold. Weaponize. Focus as a display of power. Focus isn't just a personal advantage. It's a social weapon. Watch what happens when you maintain eye contact while everyone else glances at their phones. When you stay silent while they overshare. When you're working while they're gossiping. People start to whisper, "He's not like us. He must be working on something big. I don't know what he's doing, but I want in." Focus creates mystery. Mystery creates status. Status builds fear and desire. This is what Machiavelli would do. Use your restraint as proof of power. Let people project greatness onto your silence. Let them chase your clarity while they're still drowning in noise. Detox from weak associations, the focus leech effect. You can be strong, sharp, committed. But if you spend too much time around unfocused people, you become like them. Machiavelli warned that poor advisors ruin great rulers. The same applies to your circle. You don't need yes men. You don't need dopamine junkies. You don't need people who laugh at your focus. You need allies who live like assassins, friends who sharpen you in silence, mentors who see your mission and feed it, not dilute it. Cut the leeches even if they're family, especially if they're charming. Because anyone who breaks your rhythm is not your ally. They're a silent saboteur. Create a public commitment. Trap yourself into excellence. Machiavelli praised cunning traps. He'd have loved this one. Trap yourself into discipline. Declare your mission publicly. Tell shareholder people you're building something massive. Set a countdown. Let others expect results. Why? Because now your reputation is on the line. Now your ego has to deliver. Now focus isn't a choice, it's survival. This is how powerful men stay locked in. They raise the stakes until failure is too embarrassing to tolerate. Leverage your pride, weaponize expectation, burn the escape routes. You won't need motivation again. Build a system of silence. Operate without noise. Noise is not just sound, it's updates, it's commentary, it's endless justification. It's explaining your every move to people who will never understand your mission. Machiavelli operated in silence. His greatest influence came not from what he said, but what he didn't say. You must build the same fortress. Don't explain your focus. Don't justify your grind. Don't report your plans. Just execute. Let your actions echo while your mouth stays shut. A silent man building something terrifying in the dark is more powerful than a loud man promising greatness in the light. Make failure part of the system. Expect collapse. Rebuild anyway. Machiavelli knew failure intimately. Exile, torture, rejection. But he didn't flinch because he treated setbacks as chapters, not conclusions. You will lose focus. You will waste days. You will spiral now and then. But here's the rule. Never miss twice. 1 bad hour, move on. 1 distracted day, recalibrate. Don't mourn. Don't whine. Don't explain. Just return to the fortress and keep building. The man who can fail and refocus in hours instead of weeks, that man is unstoppable. Maintain the eagle view. Always see the grand strategy. Machiavelli warned against short-sightedness. A good prince sees not just today, but the decade ahead. While others are panicking about peasants reveling, the Machiavellian mind is already preparing a solution. 3 moves away. You must treat your focus the same way. Don't just think of the task, think of the system. Don't just fix the symptom, fix the pattern. Don't just hustle blindly. Zoom out and ask, what empire am I building? This clarity will preserve your energy when others collapse under chaos because you're not reacting, you're positioning. And that is the final form of focus. Not just locking in, but knowing exactly where to aim and when to strike. You've now gone beyond the common man's idea of concentration. You've crossed into strategy, command, and total psychological warfare. Focus is no longer a practice. It's an identity, a mask you wear until it becomes your skin, a blade you sharpen until it cuts through time, noise, and weakness. You're no longer a man trying to stay disciplined. You are a prince operating from the shadows, building in silence, striking with precision, and the world will never see it.